Hey everybody, we are back for video number 10, which will be 10 minutes long. And this is the final video in this 10-day challenge of posting one video each day being 1 minute longer than the day before. And I honestly did not think I would make it to the end of this. I thought I would get to like video 4 or 5 and just call it quits and delete all these videos that I filmed. I know that every day they weren't all the best videos. Some of them were terrible. Some were better than others. Yesterday's in particular, I felt like was probably the worst one. I just had so much that I wanted to say that I just felt rushed to get it all said in 9 minutes, and it kind of just fell apart there a little bit. But that's okay. That was the point of this. It wasn't supposed to be to film 10 absolutely perfect videos. It was to film 10 videos to try to become a better speaker, knowing that everyone wasn't going to be a very good video. And I feel like I have gotten better at speaking. I mean, I feel like the difference between video 1 and video 10 isn't drastic. Like, watching it, you're not going to really notice very much. Maybe I'll look a little more calm and less nervous as it goes on, but I think the biggest thing that I feel like I got better at is just getting more comfortable talking to a camera. It's not something you're going to really see as watching this, but on my end, I feel like I feel more comfortable just talking now than I did during day 1. But I realize it's when you look at something like this, something talking to a camera, it's something that you're always getting better at. I wasn't gonna have a complete transformation in 10 days, like day 1, day 10. Okay, now I'm a great great speaker. I can talk to the camera, say anything. It doesn't quite work like that. You're always growing. I realize it's not something you can just change in a matter of days, but I do see that some progress was made, and I think that's the most important thing. If there's something that I got better at, and if it's just being more comfortable talking to a camera, then I think that's a success. And I was also thinking yesterday, what is the point of me posting these videos? Obviously, I can just film these and watch it back on my own and critique myself. I don't need to post this on YouTube to get better at talking to a camera. But I think the act of posting it, the act of filming it and knowing that people are going to see it, in your mind, it makes you take it that much more seriously. It makes you, really force yourself to grow, knowing that you're going to put it out there and people are going to see it. Because I talked in one of my previous videos before I started filming this 10-day challenge about how I thought it'd be cool, as this YouTube channel grows, if it grows into anything, one day it would be cool to look back and see how I documented myself getting better. Because as this channel grows, you see me grow as well in my in my ability to create videos and talk to the camera. And I feel like one of my favorite things to do on YouTube is, obviously there's a lot of different YouTubers that I watch, but one of my favorite things to do is to go look at their videos and go back to their very first video and just see how rough it was and see how much better they got over time. So it'd be cool to be able to do the same thing for my channel if I'm still posting videos on YouTube years from now. We'll see what happens, but it'll be cool to be able to document how much I've grown from the start to the end of this. Because I'm looking into getting a new camera, a new DSLR camera to film some better videos and get back into filmmaking. I'm just filming on my cell phone right now, so obviously these aren't the best quality videos, but I am looking into upgrading, trying to get a little more involved in this video creating thing that I'm doing here. But I think I'm gonna get a new camera either way. But I feel like it was important for me to create something before I get a nice camera, because if I can't create something on my cell phone doing something here, like I'm not going to be able to do something with a more expensive, more better quality camera. So this is kind of like, I guess you could call it a trial run, just seeing how well I do talking to a camera and creating content like this. I'm still kind of seeing if I can do stuff with this. Most of the channel was just posting old home videos, but I had a handful of reflection videos I filmed, kind of just rough concepts of more evolved videos I'd like to do in the future. But I'm just kind of playing around with different ideas, different concepts, getting comfortable talking to a camera. Um, and I felt that this 10-day challenge was a good way just to throw myself in the deep end and force myself to get better. And I feel like that has paid off. We're only 5 minutes into this. There's 10 minutes left. I was thinking today's video would be easy. I have a list of things to talk about. I have a piece of paper under my phone here on the tripod. Bullet points to talk about. I thought I had more than enough to get through 10 minutes, but apparently it was not not enough for 10 minutes. But that's okay, I guess. We're gonna try to get to 10 minutes here. I can't not hit 10 minutes on the last day of this challenge. I need to get to the end of this. I think another thing I realized is, obviously when I'm filming these videos, there's a lot of rough patches here where I, pause, think about what I'm going to say next. But when I'm doing, other videos that aren't this challenge of posting unedited videos of me just talking without any cuts, I can cut out all that stuff. I can cut out the parts where I say I can cut out the parts where I have a nervous breakdown and can't figure out what I want to say. So that's the one benefit of, making videos. You get to edit stuff. Because all those videos I posted before, those reflection videos where I talked about different things, if you could see the unedited version of those videos, it would be absolutely terrible. I had to say sentences 4 or 5 times in a row until I got it right. I started doing a couple ones where I would just say the first sentence looking at the camera, and then after that I would switch to just reading a piece of paper and I didn't have to look at the camera. And then for the last sentence I'd look back up and talk for the last little bit. But I realized you can do things like that when you're filming for an actual project you're doing. You can film different bits where you're looking at the camera, film bits where you're just reading off a piece of paper. So in some sense, this thing I'm doing now with doing these videos without any edits is way harder than being able to go back and cut things out and say things again and again and again. With this, I'm just kind of out there and vulnerable, and just all my little quirks and weird things I do are just there and I can't hide behind it. And I think that's what the point of this was, just getting more comfortable being on cameras, getting more comfortable with people seeing all this weird things you do, all these times you say in between words. And because if you can do that and put that out there, then it's much easier to post your more refined videos that you edit and cut out all the bad parts. But I think that when I was filming before and cutting things up and taking parts out, it was all very scripted. I'm not very good at deviating from a script. I feel like when I was in school, when I did a presentation, I would always end up just reading my PowerPoint presentation, which is what you're not supposed to do. It's supposed to be just bullet points. I definitely struggle with that. I tend, when I was doing those reflection videos before, I would just read from a piece of paper everything that I had right now. But what I think I need to do is just have a bullet point and then be able to film myself just talking freely about that bullet point, and then just take the parts of that I like and use that in my video. So that's something I think I couldn't do. I couldn't just take a bullet point and just talk about that for 3 minutes without reading a script. And I definitely feel like I've gotten better at doing that during these 10 days. That's what I'm doing now. I have a list of bullet points and I'm just speaking my mind freely about each of those points. So yeah, in that sense, I think I definitely got a lot out of doing this. I have a couple things planned for my next videos I'm going to do. It's going to be a little while, I think. I have to do some research on a couple things. They're going to be kind of reflection based, but diving into some topics of different things I wanted to talk about. There's a couple books I wanted to read, a couple things I need to get a little more up to speed on before I start doing those next videos. But I'm glad I got this out of the way. I think it was a fun challenge to do, fun to push myself. I know it was probably really awkward and weird seeing me just ramble to the camera for, at this point after this video, it will have been almost an hour worth of talking that I filmed in the past 10 days. 10 videos, this one being 10 minutes each one, 1 minute shorter going back. It comes out, I think it was like 55 minutes total. So over the past 10 days, I've spent almost an hour talking to a camera and putting it out there on the internet. So I would say in that sense, this challenge was a success. So we will see you guys in my next video, whenever that is, whatever that is. Bye.